So today is Tuesday. It's December the 3rd. It is 8:12 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. What a beautiful, glorious, gorgeous day. Now let me skip all that. Ready? I've done some really dumb shit in my life. And I want to know, do you want to hear about it? Because some of it seemed pretty smart at the time. I was talking to a fellow at the pool the other day, and I said, do you know what a coyote date is? By the way, welcome to another exciting episode of the Power of Imagination podcast, where there's one power that we talk about, that we invite you to explore because it never gets boring, and it's the power of imagination, a truth about you that sets you free. And I've been exploring it for a few decades now. I still haven't gotten bored. If I ever find anything else better to do, I'll let you know. So if you want to change your life, if you want to have less strife, if you want to have a happy wife, or not, welcome to the Power of Imagination podcast. Ready? Fun deficit disorder. I notice a lot of people suffer from that and they settle into that. They do what's not fun. I don't get it. I've done it, but I don't do it now. Fun deficit disorder. You know, they say when you get serious about your change, you'll change. I notice people who are serious tend to struggle a lot. And they beat themselves up for the least little course correction they've got to make. You know, I drive to the pool, and we have these things called roundabouts in Australia. And from what I can tell, roundabouts in Australia are where some people try to kill you because they don't understand how they work. And so when I go through a roundabout and I notice somebody doesn't understand how they work, i.e. they're trying to kill me, I make a course correction. I don't beat them up. I don't beat me up. I make a simple course correction. And often what happens is people will do dumb things and get much of nowhere. When you get serious, you get to struggle. I mean, when you get serious, your life will change. Right? That kind of stuff. Meanwhile, this is where someone's going to say he actually gets to the point at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. It starts before you think it does. It always does, and it always will. But I also seem to digress once again. So my name is Mr. 2020. Welcome to the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing, the power of imagination. And I've made some massive mistakes along the way. And I'm just going to start sharing them with you. If you want more, let me know. If you think this is dumb, let me know. Because doing this just might be a mistake. But I don't think so. Because I'm not thinking about this. So let's dive in. Ready? Calculated risks. That's the advice. Take calculated risks. Let me tell you something. The best shit, the most massive transformations in my life, things that helped me heal, things that made me squeal, not one of them came from being calculated. Neville Goddard says, the moment a desire comes upon you, that's when you move into its fulfillment, the richness of experience. That's when you, in my words, become intoxicated by it, when it changes your every perception, down to your bones and down to your breathing. Because if you don't change down to your bones and down to your breathing, you haven't changed. But Carl tells me he's really big into taking calculated risks. And I ask him, how's it going? And he says, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. And I said, how fast is your life? What do you mean? I said, how fast is it? How fun is it? And he doesn't even understand the question. I'm into fast and I'm into fun. And I notice most people are into slow and they're into serious. So instead of calculated risks, because by the way, I used to be the calculated risk taker. And I can tell you if I calculated too long, I often missed out on a lot of profit. And I missed out on almost all the play. Calculated risks. By the way, so let's say you meet someone on Tinder or whatever the hell it is. And they're described as calculating. Right? Do you really want to hang out with that calculating person? Do you really want to be that calculating person? Calculating everything you say, weighing the pluses and the minuses, getting out that T-chart. Right? Now here's my thing. Ready? Random risks. What if you started enjoying a lot more random risks? I can tell you something. Random risks will change everything in your entire life. Random risks. When I work with the youngins are often really painfully shy, and they think they need confidence. And I say, look, here's what I want you to do, all right? I want you to randomly give people genuine compliments and ask them genuine questions about what you just complimented them on. Something magical happens whenever you give randomly. Whenever you see something worth complimenting, you compliment the person associated with it. And for fun, ask them a question associated with the compliment. And if you actually do this randomly, you'll discover that you'll be able to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime, without having to use some corny setup, without having to feel like it's the manipulative madness that most people teach. When you can genuinely give a compliment and genuinely ask a question related to that compliment. But I seem to digress. You see, I'm teaching you not to be calculating. Because if you're calculating, what do I need to do to get this kind of result from them? You've totally disconnected from you and them. In other words, you've become a dictator. And instead of trying to dictate your life, I invite you to discover your dance. Random risks. I just got a day 14 update from a lady in ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. Crass commercial. Maybe that's one of your random risks today. She was calculating whether or not to take it for 4.5 years. So 4 years, 365 days, plus about 180 more days. That's a lot of days. And she walked around in a daze, D-A-Z-E, for years. And she's telling me this is the best money I ever spent. I said, cool. So now you're an investor. I got a good friend who put $2,000 in Bitcoin at the right time. He's just sitting pretty. Just for fun. You got a tax return. He said, well, how about instead of me spending this on, how about if I just toss it on this thing? Looks interesting. He never missed it, but he sure enjoys it now. He didn't spend 10 months researching. He just thought, you know what if? He felt a beckoning. Where there's a beckoning, there's often a beginning. But if you're calculated and calculating, If you're doing math instead of listening to the music, you came here to dance your dance, you came here to sing your song, and you can't do that as long as you're calculating and taking calculated risks. When the urge is upon you, the moment you feel a desire, that's when you move into its assumption. So I'm inviting you as usual, manifestingmasterycourse.com. If you're just getting started with us, 90-day venture, $97. It's $1 a day. What's it costing you not to? What's it costing you to calculate that for 4.5 years? Meanwhile, if you've been around for a while, we've got something called Remarkable. It's a fellowship, and a lot of people find friends and family in the fellowship. It's pretty cool. We have fun. I think I'm going to ditch the ad copy that I have for it at joinremarkable.com and just write, hey, look, fellowship, family, fun. If you got enough of that in your life, God bless you. Have a great day. I'm always asking for more, please. More fellowship, more family, more fun. So that's what I got. Stop crucifying yourself with being calculating. Stop doing math all day and listen to the music that you can actually make with someone, make with me, make out of your life as we go into the silence. So it's December the 3rd today, December 25th, a year ago. I noticed I was calculating. I was calculating my rates of improvement and my rates of descent. And I had spent a pretty good year improving in some ways and descending on others. And then it hit me. I was not listening to the magic, to the music. I was feeling like the music and the magic were in the past when it came to my physical health. Since then, I've managed to drop 2 Christmas hams and a Thanksgiving turkey of fat off my body, ugly fat, and I've gained so much muscle. I joined the gym in the middle of the year. I go 30 minutes 3 times a week. I don't live there. I'm in, I'm out. And boy, I'm having fun. Giving genuine compliments, asking genuine questions, making new friends, forming new fellowships, discovering family. If I was calculating, I would have never married Victoria, because I would have calculated the costs and the risks and the likelihoods. I suspect I'd be dead in Florida. And I was living in Pennsylvania at the time. Meanwhile, dance deeper, soar higher, stop doing math, listen to the music, sing your song. Feel free to join us. And if you like the show, leave me a comment. Give it a like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. Have a lovely day. See ya.